Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Stephanie Marie, and I'm on a mission to share people's stories, to spread hope, inspire, and empower you. So today, I am so blessed to welcome Tara Chiari, certified career and executive coach. Hi, Tara.
Hello, it's so nice to see you, Stephanie, and I'm honored that you invited me to your podcast.
You have helped me so much to build my career, and I just love how you've helped thousands of college students starting out to C-suite level executives across all industries, from media, entertainment, finance, technology, small businesses, higher education professionals, to build, launch, and advance their careers. Tara, your story is so interesting. For the past 20 years, you were a senior executive in marketing and product management at major music companies across New York City and Hollywood. You founded your own private coaching practice called Smile Across the Finish Coaching. You've worked in career advising at Wagner College and Pace University and now Hunter College. And you also teach a career management course for MBA candidates at Montclair State University. So talk to us about your journey, how you got started, and how that led you to where you are today.
Okay, so let me start out by saying I thought I was going to be a jazz musician. I went to LaGuardia High School of Performing Arts and had my heart set on being a jazz musician performer. And that dream faded very quickly after I graduated college, and I realized I don't want to have that kind of gig lifestyle. It just wasn't right for me. And so I had to go through a lot of exploration and worked on the business side of music. And I loved being around artists and things creative. And that's really where it led me to the path of being in the music business. And it went from internship right up to vice president. So I really know what it's like to start out at the bottom and learn every little detail. I worked at a variety of major labels, Sony Music and Universal. Wow. And eventually I landed at Blue Note Records, which was a dream for me because it's an iconic international renowned jazz label. Working there, working on artists that I was studying back when I played saxophone was just a dream come true. And I stayed in the music business for a good 20 years, absolutely loved it. But I got to a point where I was midlife and said, I don't think I want to grow old in this business. But then I started realizing it was out of alignment with my values. And one of my top values is family. And the job is very lifestyle based, and it was getting in the way of things I wanted to prioritize with my family. And so I started making a career pivot. And that was really hard, figuring out what I'm going to do next, right? It was already hard graduating college, thinking I'm going to be a jazz musician, and then how do I make a living, and shifting into business, never having gone to business school, but then being successful as a marketing executive, right? Now I'm making this new pivot midlife going, what am I going to do? And so through a lot of self-exploration and working with a coach who's also a very dear friend of mine, I came to a realization I am really good at helping people. And my brand statement is, I used to boost and launch the careers of rock stars. Now I make rock stars out of executives and aspiring professionals.
I love that.
I figured out how to transfer all the things I did really well in marketing and working with artists to helping everyone. And that took a lot of time, a lot of experience of practicing and trying different things. I ended up going for a certification in executive career coaching, and I built this practice that I call Smile Across the Finish Coaching. Now, the name came about because I'm also an avid runner, and I've done like 15 marathons. I've done one ultra, and I felt there's something in the running that needs to apply to my personal philosophy of coaching. And that's where the name Smile Across the Finish came from, because I truly love the training. I enjoy the journey. If you look at the word journey, it has the word joy in it, right?
Yes,
so journey, and it has J-O-Y, joy in it. And that is really the essence of how I try to work with my clients, with my students. And so I applied Smile Across the Finish to the name of my business. It's all about positive forward momentum and celebrating the mile markers, as well as being proud of when you get across the finish line. So I built that practice and then started branching out into higher education and teaching, which I do at Montclair State, and running career services at different universities. And most recently, I'm at Hunter College, where I do career services, specifically in the film and media department, which is like a happy circle from where I started in the music business, working with all of these amazing aspiring creatives trying to launch into the job market. So I really enjoy helping people figure out what they want to do, how to go after it. I like telling people I can help you turn an I don't know into an I know, or
I
an I
love that.
can't into an I can. I've discovered over time that
Yes.
it's my strength, and it's something I'm very passionate about, and I enjoy helping others get to their goals.
That's incredible, Tara. And I want people to know an ultra marathon is a
Oh, yeah.
50K.
Yeah, right. So a marathon is 26.2 miles, right? That's a marathon distance. Anything above 26.2 is an ultra. And the ultra that I did was a 50K. So it was like 31 miles. And it was in Niagara Falls, which was like a
Wow.
dream. It was so amazing.
And that's 6 hours running straight. For people wondering, that's incredible. And I love how you take in your coaching practice, finding the joy in the journey and that goal oriented mindset, positive forward momentum, and celebrating each mile. I want to talk about the landscape that we're seeing. How can job seekers, especially new grads, they're considering it a very daunting job market right now. How can people stand out in this competitive job market today and really set themselves up for success, do you think?
Excellent question. I'm often asked it. And so here's my advice. First of all, don't pay attention to the numbers. Don't pay attention to what people are saying out there, because that's the big picture. Focus on yourself. You can only focus on what you can control, which is yourself and how you handle and react and respond to the situation. And it is a tough market. I'm not gonna. It is. It's tough. But people are getting jobs. People are landing. So what can students do as they're getting ready to graduate? Well, obviously you should work with career services. Going to give a plug,
Yes.
because that they're there to help you. So take advantage of all the resources in front of you. There's a lot of people who want to help you, like myself. Come see us, because we can guide you to it. Now, outside of that, get clear on what you want to go after. If you're not sure what you want to go after, it's going to be even harder for you to land anything in such a tough market, because you lack direction and clarity. I say all the time to my students, when you know what you want, you can get what you want. So if you're struggling to land something, are you clear with what you want? Ask that question first and start identifying what it is. And then the next thing is, if you know what you want, you're going after it and you're putting the work in, you've got to put the work in. You have to apply. Hundreds of places, good quality applications. Looking for a job is a full-time job. It really is. And you've got to really read those job descriptions, make sure the keywords match. And these are all the techniques you will hear time and time again, right? Match the keywords. Make sure you write a great cover letter. Separate from all the technical stuff, you also have to start getting informed about the places you want to work at, the job roles, what goes on behind it. Really build information about those industries as much as you can. There's so much information out there. LinkedIn, and just Google search anything to find out about the companies you want to be at, who works there, what are they talking about, what articles are they publishing, podcasts are they putting out, so you're as informed as possible. And then network. Some people are like, yeah, I love talking to people. Happy to network. Other people are like, I don't want to talk to people unless I choose to speak to them. I don't want to put myself out there. And I get it, it's hard. But pick a few people that you can just try and have that quick coffee chat with, because those dialogues are what will reveal such unique insights for yourself. How you talk about yourself. Every time you talk about yourself, you hear it differently. Every single time.
That's
It's going to
true.
help you become a better interviewer. That's another thing, right? Networking helps you build your interview skills. It helps you get clear on articulating what you want to go after. It helps you see your blind spots, because people will ask you questions or say something. You go, oh, I didn't think of it like that. Let me reframe it. Networking is a really big piece to help you try and tap into additional opportunities. Really, also, you've got to be resilient. You've got to be focused on going at it, just like in my running, and you have your plan. You have to keep going. Don't stop till you smile across the finish, right? Till you get that opportunity.
Really also goes back to what you were saying about knowing where you're starting from and then continuing to that last mile, to that finish line. But really, it's feel like it starts with your values, understanding yourself, what you're looking for, and considering all your options and networking. I think of it as building community, talking to people. And in that, you're actually getting to know more and reveal more about yourself in that too.
What I'd add to that is you don't have to just find a random stranger to talk
Yes.
to, right? Like our instincts can sometimes say stranger danger. So don't think of networking like that. Instead, just start by talking to a former professor. They love hearing from students. You'd be surprised. They really want to hear from you. So reach out to a professor, reach out to an alum, people that are closest to where you're coming from because they genuinely do want to help. And that's where you start to build the muscle to get comfortable with networking. There's another piece of advice I would give to recent graduates that are trying to get an opportunity. Take any opportunity you can, which means you might have to take that, what I call bridge job. It's
Yes.
not your dream job. It's not what you really want to do, but it's a job. It keeps you in a routine. Whatever it is, it may not even be directly career related. It may be adjacent to what you want to do. But any job is going to give you real world skills outside the classroom that you can bring into an interview to your next employer. And you never know who you're going to meet at that job. And if you have the bandwidth, volunteer, get yourself in front of groups within the community. That's another way to network and suddenly tap into where opportunities can be. And finally, make opportunity. You're doing that right now. You're doing this podcast. Make opportunity for yourself, whatever that might be, whether it's if you're in the arts and creative space, what are you doing to build your portfolio? You don't have to wait for the employer to build your portfolio. If it's writing, write those articles, interview people. If it's graphic design, mock up graphic design for different advertisements. Keep building and practicing your muscle outside of what you've done in your classroom.
I love how you said make your own opportunities. It's not going to be perfect at first, but when you actually start, then you start to get more ideas and meet more people and the ideas start flowing. I love how you said that so many people get caught up with the dream job straight out of college. And I love how you said making opportunities, building up that community, start by talking to the nearest person to you.
I'll give you an example. When I graduated college, which was a liberal arts school, so I was not coming out of a business school, didn't think I was going to go into business. I took any job I could. I was working as a transcriber for like insurance tapes. I would transcribe phone calls about car accidents for insurance companies. But I got such skills doing that. First of all, it gave me great typing skills. But second of all, I started understanding how to interpret information. I started being able to have administrative experience, which was valuable for when I wanted to get an office job. Anything you can do to build those skills. I took a job as an office assistant in a law firm. I don't want to work in law, but it taught me how to work with people, taught me how to communicate with people on the phone or interact with people in the office. All of those skills built me up. So when I went for my internship in the music business, I had things to talk about. I was able to express and show why I would be qualified for those positions.
That's amazing. And also, don't have a narrow mindset. Don't have the blinders on. Don't just look in one direction. Really allow yourself to consider opportunities you may have never even considered or thought of. And when you see those jobs pop up, don't just scroll past them. Look at them, see what it is. And also, I think that comes into jobs such as, let's say someone was a babysitter or they worked in retail. Don't underestimate those skills because all of those skills are transferables that you're learning working with people, working in a highly stressful situation. All those skills, you can really put that into use. So don't also undervalue yourself when it comes to thinking that that first job, even if it's not your dream job or it's not the job you want, all of those skills you can put into your next role.
Yeah, I love the way you said that. You really do need to recognize all those part-time jobs, those shift jobs, the jobs that you think, oh, they're not career oriented. You have got to recognize there is so much value in that. I always hear from employers how they love to see students that have real world experience. They will
Yes.
take a candidate with real world experience over the student that has the 4.0 and maybe one internship. They want to see, do you have what it takes to really work with the public, work with a team? That's the grit and resilience to continue to work while you're a student. Those are such big attributes that many students, they don't realize the value of it. They look back in 20 years ago, wow, that waitressing job really helped me do well in marketing.
Yes.
But right now they can't have the perspective of looking back.
These are really amazing steps that people can take to start their career or have a career transition and just really take that next step, Tara. That's amazing.
The message is don't give up. You have to keep at it. You have to keep searching. You have to trust that it will work out and take the opportunity, whatever opportunity comes in front of you. It means you're not going to just go right into the big job. You've got to maybe have a bunch of jobs. Maybe you need to have a side hustle and a part-time job. Eventually, it will all build up to something more. I think sometimes there's this marketing campaign in general of you get a degree, you land a job. It doesn't necessarily work like that. You have to put the work in outside of the classroom and really go after uncovering where the opportunity is under every single stone. And eventually the right thing will come through. Do your research as you're entering into the job market. Do you know how many jobs exist in the field you want to go into? Do you know what the projection is for it? Do you know what's the salary cap? Right? Because I've had students tell me they want to go work in something, and I'm like, that sounds amazing. In New York City, have you researched how many places hire for that? How many of those positions exist? What's the earning potential? They haven't done that research. And then when you start really looking at the facts, you go, wait a minute. I don't know if this is the right choice. I might need to think about something else. And then it's choice management, and you choose another path.
Wow. Really looking at all options and from all vantage points, really, when it comes to doing that work. And it is a full-time job to find a job.
It is a full-time
It really,
job.
really is.
I know people will say, do what you love and you'll never work a day, or follow your passion. I bring a lot of passion to everything I do. But one thing I've come to realize is you can't always rely on that notion. What you can do is build a life filled with passion. Build a life filled with things you're passionate about. But don't think that one job is going to be all that drives you to sustain yourself. It might be. If it works out, amazing. But most of the time, that's not how it plays out. So you have to compromise and acknowledge it's more of a holistic picture. Have things that fill your passion battery, that make you joyful and happy, while you're also building a career that may not be 100% based on all your passions, but you pull some of the skills or the area interests you have. But in a big picture, you're building a life filled with passion.
That's amazing. And that leads into our next topic about you help people not only advance in their professional development, but also in their personal development. And I think that you really bridge the gap between both of those spheres of life. And for me, I talk a lot about wellness, and I feel that this comes into occupational wellness that we've talked about. How do you think that people can cultivate occupational wellness at any stage of their life?
I love that question. Self-care is underappreciated, and it's one of the most important things that everyone should be embracing. What I would recommend is have things you love doing and make space for it. So for me, I need to wake up very early, because otherwise I don't have space to do the things I love. And that's the first thing that helps with my wellness. I know I want to do some kind of activity, whether it's running or working out. I need that time, and I can't rely on doing it during the day. Work, family, all other responsibilities get in the way. So for me, I had to set up a different schedule. Believe me, I was not someone that used to wake up at 4 a.m. That was not me in college. I started a running club with a group of women. We started meeting at 5 a.m. and we would go for runs, and we actually trained for marathons together. And you really do need to carve out time dedicated for yourself. That might be also having hobbies, things you love to do. Allow yourself to do it. Don't let it overwhelm the job search and everything else, but give yourself time to do that. Whatever it might be, whether it's listening to music, going for a walk. I love puzzling. I make time to always puzzle. These things in my life to be a happy person and be able to do my job effectively to everyone around me. Occupational wellness also comes from a place of kindness. So be kind to yourself. Talk positive to yourself because your body's listening. And recognize how to be kind to those around you. Because when you put kindness out there, it magnifies, it comes back to you. And so when you're feeling frustrated or you feel like you're kind of getting stuck, just reiterate in your head, I'm going to go and do some kind things. Whatever it is, a simple thing, say something nice to someone, smile at someone. All of a sudden, you start magnifying the positivity around you. And it can kind of help reframe what could be a really tough situation.
In your coaching practice, I love how in addition to helping people writing their 2-minute pitch, perfecting their LinkedIn profile, working on their job search campaign and networking and salary negotiation. You also help people set SMART goals, have work-life boundaries, hold themselves to a higher accountability and motivation. You really bring that creative energy. You help people feel confident in themselves. And I think that's a really key piece to occupational wellness. And having a career coach like you is someone that can definitely help you achieve occupational wellness, but also wellness in other areas of your life as well, and bridging that gap between professional and personal as well. Yeah. And those choice management for a healthy lifestyle, really. My final question that I ask all guests, and I'm very happy to ask you, is what role has hope played in your journey, and how do you hold on to it today?
So I operate from a place of optimism and positivity. It's part of my coaching philosophy. I think for me, I function from I do. I'm very goal-oriented. I'm always like, I'm going to make this happen. How can I do this? What can I do to get here? So I'm constantly in a state of positive forward momentum, which is a hopeful place for me to always think, what's the best thing that can happen? I try not to have the gremlin voice, because certainly I've got it. I try not to let it come out and say, no, yeah, but you can't make this happen. I really try to flip it into yes and be in a positive place of, what if this happens? That's great. How exciting. That's one of the ways when I work with clients and even students, I'm always trying to recognize if there's that negative voice, let's shut it down and instead look at it as, what's the best thing that can happen? Let's assume best case scenario. Why do we have to assume worst case scenario? There's so many things to be hopeful about, as opposed to thinking it's gonna just crash and burn in front of you. Think about the fact that you're putting action into something and it could really bring about a wonderful, positive experience.
That's incredible, Tara. Using hope to thrust you forward, but you really have to take that next step in your life, in your career, in your personal development. And you've really been an example of all of that. You've brought such kindness, authenticity, and motivating people to holistically better themselves. I know so many people in all generations can really take so much from your wisdom. So I'm so thankful for you coming here, Tara.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. It's wonderful.
If this message has resonated with you, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated for weekly episodes. Thank you, Tara, and thank you everyone for listening, and have a fabulous day. Bye.